My name is Barry Stewart. I moved into this area about 25 years ago from Melbourne for a lifestyle change, and it wasn't long after that I joined the local fire brigade. Reason being, put something back into the community, make sure that people are serviced with whatever we need, and being in a rural community, you have to be involved. Kernot as a fire brigade started back in the 40s, and then in later years, in the late 80s, when Granville started to grow, the opportunity was there to actually relocate the brigade. But the local brigade felt it was important to keep a presence here in Kernot, and so they provided a second tanker out of community funds to do that. So we have a satellite station here with a smaller vehicle, then the main CFA truck down at Granville. So covering an area of about 120 square kilometres, it makes sense to have a vehicle halfway through that area, makes it for shorter response times, gives us better service to our local community.
I'm Ray Blackney. I was captain from 1969 till 2003 when Pat took over. I've been a member of the brigade for 41 years now, and had a ball the whole time, really. This brigade has always had a very, very good working relationship with everybody. You could count on that hand as many number of times there's been any hiccups or problems, and other brigades, they seem like they're always squabbling amongst themselves, but we're a very exceptionally happy brigade.
I'm Pat Russell. I've been captain here since 2003. Still enjoying it. I was with Coronella originally, and then I came over here in '96, at which stage Ray was still captain, and I still had a lot to learn at that stage. A lot of the locals volunteer in different areas, so they're all proud of what they do and they all keep doing it, so there's that commitment to help the community.
Kernot is primarily a rural type community, dairy, beef. Granville is more of a suburban type community, but in recent years there's been a significant change in the population. There's been a fairly big influx in both areas with sea change people, tree change people. So whereas in the past we're all farmers in Kernot, now there's a lot of small block owners. As a consequence, you're more likely to get house fires as opposed to maybe 10 or 15 years ago when there would be less of that. On the other hand, 10 years ago we'd attend multiple car accidents, and that may be 2 or 3 within a month. We tend to get less of those now, although the figures are still high, but you don't see those major head-ons where you have multiple cars involved, multiple injuries involved, and long waiting times for other emergency services. The other sort of groups within the community that you tend to become involved in is, for example, like the Community Emergency Response Team, which was instigated by myself and another member of the brigade, because of the number of times we sort of responded to motor accidents with long delays for ambulance, and we felt there was a need to do that. So a group was formed up and got on the road. In the last 12 months, they responded to over 409 emergencies. The result of establishing that Community Emergency Response Team was, at the end of the day, convinced government there was a need for a permanent ambulance station in the Granville area. And I know that if I get sick, I know that I'm going to get an ambulance within 5 to 10 minutes. Where in the past it might have been half an hour.
We get called out to various things, ranges from 85 a year down to about 45 a year currently. A whole range of things from animal rescue to car fires to house fires to grass and scrub fires, lightning strikes, tractor rollovers, assisting the ambulance to get people out of narrow stairways, all sorts of things like that. Yeah, it's endless, it could go anywhere. And we generally do go anywhere.
There's an experience I had at a house fire a number of years ago up in the Bass Hills, where the lady was a particular well-known cat lover, had show cats, totally involved house, and looked like losing everything. And I thought I'd seen a cat in the window and thought, well, here we go, we can rescue this cat for this lady. took a rako, sort of broke the window, reached in and got this cat to find it was fairly stiff. It was a porcelain cat. But at the end of the day, that was all the lady got out of that house. And I suppose she felt, you know, that something was worthwhile saving. And look, the guys, they remind me of that fairly frequently. New trainees come in, they get reminded of, you know, some of the things I've done, and vice versa. So, yeah, we rib each other regularly. No one forgets what you've done. Everyone's got a long memory.
Yeah, it wasn't real. It was a porcelain cat. That took great pride. Yeah. And it's taken him, oh, how long's that? Probably 15 years or more. He still hasn't lived it down.
This is probably the best truck we've ever had. It's the latest one, naturally enough. When we got it, considering we started off with a little International, which was, for its day, it was marvellous, little four-wheel drive. Then we graduated to an Isuzu, then another Hino, and then finally you've got this one. And you know, this one really is the top of the art.
It's a good truck. It's got a good pumping capacity.
And it's got air conditioning.
And it's
too,
air conditioned.
for us old blokes. It's marvellous.
CFA is just one big extended family, and I suppose we're all fortunate in as much we've got about 60,000 friends and relatives within that organisation. And it doesn't matter where we go away to campaign fires, whether it's up in East Gippsland or the Northwest, you'll bump into people you've met in other areas. And everyone's looking after each other, and that's the other important thing. Everyone's looking over to make sure you're okay. And I don't think there's many organisations around where you could say that you had 60,000 people looking after your interests and your welfare. The immediate team that we work with are really a close extended family. I know that a few years ago when I was very sick, that I needed a load of firewood, and it wasn't a matter of asking, a load of firewood just appeared. I needed a vehicle fixed, somebody came and fixed it. Didn't have to ask. People knew what your needs were and just followed up accordingly. And I think everyone in the brigade has had a similar instance where something's gone wrong or some help's been needed and someone's just knocked on the door and said, I'm here to do it.
And volunteers are extremely important, yeah, and we couldn't survive without them. We're just proud to do the job we do and get a good result.
Why do I do it? Often ask myself that question. I suppose we do it because it needs to be done and someone needs to do it. The other thing is I know how quickly I'd want someone to come and help me, and if I'm not prepared to do the same, then I really can't expect someone to actually get out and do it either.
It's a vital thing. If everybody put their head in the sand and said it's not my role, my job to do that, well, you know, the place would be in a heck of a mess.
Yeah, look, there's a bit of danger involved, there's a bit of an adrenaline sometimes, a bit of a risk involved, but done right, trained right, it's all achievable and all manageable, and we're all going to come home at the end of the day. I think Pat's role and Ray's role, and certainly my role in the past has been, if I go away with a crew to a significant fire, my prime role is to make sure I bring them all home again. Their families deserve that, and we make sure their families, you know that we'll take care of each other. And if we can pass it on to other people, I'm sure they'll step forward. They might step forward in small steps, but they'll get the bug and they'll follow on in the same footsteps that we've got.